everybody, welcome back. It is Monday night, which means it is time for the Troubleshooters. So before we get into that, man, do I have a lot of crap to recap. So let's begin there. First of all, huge thanks to our continuing sponsor, D&D Beyond, for allowing us to use their tools. D&D Beyond has now been officially purchased by, Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro being the parent company. But now they've brought them into the fold fully. D&D Beyond and Wizards of the Coast are of the same company. What does that mean for all of us? Well, hopefully not much. Hopefully we won't see any change to what we are allowed to use as product endorsement kind of thing. If that does change, then that means I'll just have to go back and talk to their PR department and do things like that. I did reach out to the PR department, or I reached out to the contact department for another company that does a lot of virtual tabletop stuff, and hopefully we'll see some response from them. But in the meantime, let's go back to our D&D stuff. So, as I mentioned, D&D Beyond has been purchased by Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro, so that is awesome in my opinion. A lot of people have been like, oh, it's going to get ruined. Listen, shut up. It's going to be fine. There's no reason to panic. The only time you need to panic is when the engine stops fucking working. When the engine stops working, then we panic. Until then, you're just having a mild attack. Everything's going to be fine. This program and the product are still going to be there. As a matter of fact, it might actually give us the one thing that the community at large has been yelling about, and that is when you purchase the physical copy of your book, there might now be a chance that you can get a digital copy as well. I don't know that it's going to happen. My personal opinion is that Hasbro has money on two fronts now. Wizards of the Coast is their biggest moneymaker right now. And they've got a lot of irons in the fire with a movie, with a game, with multiple games, and everything else going on. I'm looking forward to having D&D Beyond be brought under Wizards of the Coast because it leaves it to where they can actually work on more. So there's one bit of news that we want to announce. Last Thursday, the very first D&D Direct was broadcast. And it announced everything that's coming out in the rest of the year, along with what's already out. So Call of the Netherdeep, they talked about that briefly. They talked about Journey Through the Radiant City briefly. And I had mentioned this a million times on this show and on the Wednesday shows with Lucky Dice. Spelljammer was coming. I was right. I will proudly say I was right. I knew it. Finally, it's announced. Spelljammer is coming in August. August 16th is the date for that. But this is unique. It is not just one book. It is three of them. It is the campaign setting, a DM's Monsters Guide, as well as the adventures. And the really cool thing is the adventure is 12 episodes. And that's really, I find that neat that they're doing a lot more of this episodic stuff as opposed to a direct linear start to finish adventure, because it allows you to kind of mix things in there. Yes, that is the other announcement. I have been saying with Margaret Wise, with the lawsuit being dropped, that meant that they were actually going to be producing it, because the reason they brought the lawsuit up was because that Wise Hickman were trying to make more Dragonlance novels, but they didn't have the right to do that, and so the lawsuit came up because they weren't supposed to be drawing up any more books. But all of a sudden the lawsuit dropped, and everybody was like, why would the lawsuit drop? And I said, because they're coming out with more Dragonlance stuff. Then Unearthed Arcana in February, the first one in 3 months, dropped. And not only did it drop, but it was Heroes of Krynn, where they introduced Kender as a race, which is Dragonlance. Krynn is Dragonlance. The last 5 or 6 Unearthed Arcanas have not been them testing it out so much as them dropping hints of what's to come, because we have the College of the College of Magics. We had a bunch of other stuff that Wild Beyond the Witchlight, the races for the Feywild. All of that stuff dropped because the fact that they were dropping these books and they wanted to get this information out there. Well, it has been confirmed with a beautiful, and I do mean beautiful trailer, that Dragonlance has been confirmed for late 2022. This is exciting to me. We were building Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and I made the comment to Otter. I don't care where we're at with Wild Beyond the Witchlight. If Dragonlance drops before we're done, we're gonna wrap and move right into it. Now, with it dropping in the late 2022, I'm gonna go ahead and announce it now. Our next live play game for Mondays is going to be Dragonlance. It is going to be War of the Lance. We're going back to Kryn. We're going to be doing all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm excited. You should be excited. We're all excited. My nipples are as hard as diamonds right now. Kidding. Where am I? Okay. Where am I? Anyways, Dragonlance. I'm not kidding. Dragonlance coming out later this year. They finally got us a firm date on Baldur's Gate 3, which, if you haven't played it, it's great. They fixed a lot of things in it. But one of the things that they are talking about is officially 2023 dropping for Baldur's Gate 3, which is awesome. It's not talked about much, but there's another game out there built off of the SRD, the open resource stuff. If you check it out on Steam, it's called Solasta, and it is D&D 5e. It uses the SRD to build it as opposed to the official rule set, which just means that there's a few things that they can't do with like backgrounds and things, but that's okay because all the mechanics for the rules are in there, and they have a new expansion out. I forgot the name of it. It's Valley of the Lost or Lost Valley or something like that. But it added the one thing that Baldur's Gate 3 had that Solasta didn't, which is multiplayer. So now, with Solasta's newest expansion, you can actually get multiplayer in the game so you can actually have your friends play along with you. And that's exciting news. It wasn't announced at D&D Direct, but it's still there. Also, because I'm going to go on, there's a lot to cover. D&D Direct also announced that the Monstrous Compendium. So for those who are old school, like me, they had a monster manual and a monster manual 2, so forth and so on. But before that, you had a Monstrous Compendium, and it was a big ass binder. And you could print the sheets out, slip them into slip covers, and stick them in the binder so that this binder could grow with you. Well, at D&D Direct, they announced that on D&D Beyond, free to everyone right now. Hey, Bryce, good to see you, buddy. Right now, for everybody on D&D Beyond, if you have an account there for free, sign up. You can get the first 10 monsters from the Monstrous Compendium, Part 1. It's all Spelljammer-based monsters, but that doesn't mean they can't be used other places. But they look creepy. They look cool. I'm excited to see them, and I'm excited to see the Monstrous Compendium back and watch it grow and become this, great thing that it was back in the early days when I played. So, Spelljammer coming August 16th. No official date on Dragonlance. I just know that it will be the next game that we will run because it's dropping late this year. We still have Journeys to the Radiant City. We still have the Monsters of the Multiverse coming out. Also, they added new products out there. They have the new terrain box, which is reusable terrain. You have the tokens box, which has these tokens that have clings that you can peel off and stick back on there. So there's a lot that they announced. I think you can find it on their official Twitch. You can watch it as the video of the day. But yeah, it was really great. It was the first one. They're going to do this every year. It wasn't really terribly long. It was only like 30 minutes maybe, if that. It was very brief, but it was really good. And they had a lot that they talked about on there. They did a lot of updates about games that are out, including, even though it's based on 4th edition, they actually talked about Neverwinter. And that was really cool that they had a new update for Neverwinter. The great thing about Neverwinter is, and it's a lot of fun. I've played it before. I don't get a lot of chance to play video games, so I really have to look at my time and what I have available to me. So I didn't get into it as much as I wanted to, but I really enjoyed it, and I would probably go back and pick it up again. But they have a whole new expansion coming out for that as well, and it's free. So a lot to check it out. Check out the D&D Direct. Again, you can find it on their channel as a VOD, or you can find it on YouTube. Just look up ampersand D Direct, and you'll find that. Other news. So, as many of you heard at the last minute, I had to pull out of the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo, and I was really upset about that. I really wish I could have gone, but unfortunately, things just didn't line up. But it looked like a lot of fun, so I wasn't there. However, I am got the schedule for RPG Con out for all of the Diary Bear DMs, and I've got the adventures. I'm wrapping up the second one. I'll jump into the third one and have it finished this week, and then I'll have that out to the DMs so that they can start reading over it and looking at it and giving me critiques on things that they might look at and change, which is fine by me. I am humble enough to know that I am not the be all end all of adventure writing, and that people can add things to it and make it better, or tell me, hey, take this out because it's going to be long winded. So I'm looking forward to getting that in their hands so that they can tell me what they think of it. So there we go. That'll be out, and then you guys will be able to play at RPG Con starting May 20th. This exclusive 3-part adventure all about this city of Aldemir, and it'll be ran by DMs that you may have seen before, such as our very own Voodoo, who will be there running with me all weekend. So there's that. So many announcements. Did I miss anything? We still have our shows going on. For those of you who didn't miss it, I do want to mention that one. For those of you who didn't see the notification, our Sunday show is on hiatus for now. We don't know when it'll be back. Just know that whenever everybody's ready to return, that we are there with open arms. So in the meantime, we're going to try to find something to put in Sunday. So reach out to me. Let me know if there's something you want to do. If you want to play a video game, if you want to talk about your favorite adventures, if you want to showcase you writing an adventure, let me know. I am there, and we will have Sundays open for now. To that end, we are talking about the session 0 for Wild Beyond the Witchlight. That will be coming soon. It will be recorded, so it will not be a live play, but it'll be recorded and available on a platform somewhere, to be decided by the production manager. As I look at him in my don't do that. Don't give me that adorable face. It'll be on Twitch and YouTube, but it will be recorded, not a live play. But we're going to wrap up Troubleshooters. There will be no break, unfortunately, for 3 of us here. We're going to jump right into Wild Beyond the Witchlight, like as soon as we're done with Troubleshooters. And I think that's all the announcements that I have. So let's recap what happened last time we were all playing. In the shortest form, there was a bomb made. Thanks to the creative use of their own individual abilities and talents, they created a 500-pound bomb. And summoned an angel, cast Reduce on the bomb to make it smaller. The angel lifted it and carried it to drop it over the center of the city. In the meantime, Moonin had an existential moment with a creature from beyond. It seemed to have told him that Pietr Detach, the one that he has known, their enemy, is a traitor to the ancient elders. That his use of this creature that he has stomping around the city is an abomination even to and amongst themselves. As he glanced at Peter's face, something sparked in his mind, something that he hadn't noticed. That there was familiarity there. Not quite sure where, but something familiar about Peter's face that in all this time they really hadn't had a chance to notice because they were too busy running from him or hiding or trying not to get killed by his goons. And as they pondered that and watch as the angel swings over the city, ready to drop the payload. The soldiers of the directorate gathering throughout the city, and the large two-headed monstrosity stomping around. That's where we're going to begin tonight's episode. All right, everyone. So, the feathered wings beat a small speck in the distance as you watch them fly away from where you are. There is a swooping that you can see off in the distance. And this tiny speck, if you weren't watching it, it's like following a golf ball that you hit. You just gotta know where it's at. You don't hear the noise, but at first you see the flash. And you see the damage as this mushroom cloud of energy expands out. You see debris being scattered around, and then as you're watching it, you hear it as dust assails you, carrying it on the wind, on the sounds. Waking over you, you feel like the dust hitting you and all the debris of the city. As the dust starts to settle, this mushroom cloud calming down, you watch as all of it starts to settle like this weird snow, this gray colored ash and stone. And then you also see chunks of purple, dark purpline crystal fall. As you look, you can see that the four fingers of these purple crystalline structures have been sheared off, broken, blasted apart. Only one of them still stands. Again, as you look across the way, the two-headed creature whose head rises just above even the tallest of the buildings bellows. You can see its head opening before you hear the sound of this thing crying out, this large roar. Your payload has been successfully delivered, and you can see that some sort of damage has been done to the structure there. You're not sure what that did to the creature, but what are you doing now?
We're making our way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and we're homebound.
You know, I ask a stupid question.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure we're heading to a depot, aren't we?
I do
The last
believe
one.
we
All
are.
right. Now that you have created a successful distraction, you try to make your way towards the last of the depots, knowing roughly where it's at. All right. The city is on high alert. Super high alert. Are you just going to try to straight out book it, or are you going to try to actually stealth your way to this thing?
I follow where the crystal guides. I'm not the decision maker for that.
All right.
I'm bad at stealth, but I'll try if y'all want to.
You tell me.
Well, something tells me they're a little preoccupied looking at the center of town right now. We might be able to sneak by with a little bit more leeway because they're busy.
Possibly.
We certainly don't want them turning their attention towards the depot when we just set off a bomb in the middle of town for them to pay attention to.
Okay. So you're going to try to stealth it?
What do you think, Emrys? Do we haul ass or try and take our time getting there?
I could go ahead, see if the path is, for the most part, clear. I feel like some of us would be alright, but I'd rather make sure everyone is safe heading there. Won't name names, but some of us aren't as stealthy as others.
Kind of
What about you, Liz? Do you want to try to stealth it through there?
Liz is good for everything. She agrees with Moonin on the fact that, we did just set off a bomb. And the last time we set off somewhat of a bomb, we stealthed pretty okay. So she's okay with trying to stealth it, but she's also okay with being, super fast as the wind.
Dimension door it is. Oh wait, none of you have that.
I'll try to do better, okay? I'm sorry.
You always do your best. I'm not saying that you don't
just-
try.
You just felt like you were ostracized, didn't you? Like the three of them are over there like, I mean, we can stealth, and they just all hard turn and look at you.
It's
I
not
mean,
that.
I
just
would
want
have
you to be safe.
crossed my arms and kind of put the guns under my arms a little bit. Like I could be quiet.
you can until you're not. You absolutely
Yes.
can be quiet. Right up until that first gunshot goes off.
Look, I'll trail a little behind, so if I cause attention, it's just me.
I'll keep Gej company and see if I can't help them navigate if Emrys wants to lead.
Sure. While I go, I'm going to try and find the best path, I guess, per se. What I'm looking for mainly is more deserted than not, and to make sure if I can see people if they're paying attention to everything or not.
Okay. So you're gonna scramble up to an vantage point, so you can kind of scope that out.
Mm.
All right, give me a stealth check first.
Yeah. Okay, that is a 25.
Okay. Yeah, you quickly avoid any of the nearby patrols. Now give me a perception check as you climb up to the third story of this building.
18.
Okay. For now, you are able to suss out a path that looks like it'll take you by the fewest amount of patrols, or at least seems to be most off the beaten path.
Okay.
There will be some stealth checks that need to be made to get to that direction, so let's go ahead and start there. Does anybody have anything they want to cast prior to your stealth checks? Okay.
Nay.
Then let's get stealth checks from everybody.
Everybody in the club getting stealthy.
Everybody in the club getting stealthy.
Not me.
I got a 10.
A 10!
I got an 11.
I got a 12.
How did you do?
26. That's a 14 plus 12.
3 plus
Well,
9.
You are... Alright, so Emrys, you are keeping well ahead of the rest of the group, showing them the best paths across and trying to signal them. As you start to signal, a patrol comes into view, and you put your hand out, but it's too late, and you can see that Gej has pushed forward, and he's seen by the patrol. You yourself are not. As one of the mechanized infantry units has your teammates pinned, or at least viewed. Now, what I'd like for everybody to do is to go ahead and roll some initiative.
That's gonna be great.
4.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Dirty 20.
3.
Hold on just one second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so one more time. Gez, you had a what? A 3.
Alright, hold on, let me do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 plus 2.
You're doing great. All right, so how did Moonin do?
That was a 11 plus 9 for a dirty 20.
Emrys?
17. 8 plus 9. Wait.
And Liz?
1 plus 3 equals 4.
Dope.
I
You're
may
over
not
here being the real
be
MVP.
quiet, but I'm ready.
Mm,
I feel like Moonin's always ready.
Moonin is just always ready.
He doesn't even
Always
get
under always under the surface. This man is perpetually prepared.
And then my new pop punk band, Perpetually Prepared.
Nice.
We're never
I could dig
prepared.
it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go on an order above Emrys, below Moonin.
How many people did we just walk into?
From what you can see, you have 6 soldiers, and you have 1 mechanized unit.
No blowing this one up.
They are a mix of. I mean, you can.
No, I'm
They are-
staring at Moonin.
Oh no! I get that.
I
They are a
can't see
mix
you.
of. You see 4 of them that have rifles and 2 of them that have wands. If that makes you feel any better at all.
Is this one of the mechanized units with the grenade launcher, or just the guns?
He does have one of the mortars and has the hammer on him.
But he was ready to go.
I don't know what my party wants to do here. Yeah.
Just that's all I cap here, guys.
All right,
The Amazing Grace and the Bagpipes.
Moonin, you're up first, bud. So, as soon as they saw, I'm just gonna lay this out. As soon as they saw Gej, you see people lowering rifles, and you hear the sound of the mechanized unit like do its pressurized thing where it gets ready to launch. You can see it's got its grenade hand up. It is ready to mortar fire. Just so you know. Currently, they are 45 feet away from you guys, down the street.
How far is
It
it
just
away from
turned
me?
the corner.
Sorry. Because I'm.
You're like across the street from Gej, so 45 feet.
Oh, still 45. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You know, you said 45 feet?
I did.
I'm just reading this really quick. Okay, I'm gonna try something new.
What's that? The bomb's already gone. Kidding.
I'm going to try and reach out with my brain and use phantasmal force on the fella in the mechanized unit.
Okay, what kind of vision are you going
So, Intelligence saving throw.
Yeah. I can tell you right now.
It ain't a high
You
DC.
probably ain't.
It's a 13. But you know.
So that doesn't matter much. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
What's your personality?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So intelligence saving throw.
That is correct.
Well, like I said, it may not matter. So let's figure out what we got here. It's gonna be a big old plus. Nada, and I roll a nat 20. So actually,
That'll.
wait. I take that back. All right. Nat 20. Sorry, I was looking at the unit itself and not the person inside of it.
No worries.
So-
Can I use my inspiration to make him re-roll that, or is that just for me?
You.
I have a point of inspiration
I'll
here.
allow it.
I'm not sure. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
I'll allow it. Sure, why not? Let's have fun with it. Let's see what happens. He rolled an 18.
That's fine. Hey, it was worth a try.
I mean, hey, you never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, actually, you try to plug into his mind. You can see him with the helmet on, where it's just the goggles and this helmet piece that has a little bit of a flare to it, locked inside this unit. As you try to like pierce into his mind, the sound of everything, this unit gearing up, the steam and everything that's powering it, it just doesn't seem to have any effect. His mind is blank to it. All right.
I will try
What
and
else do you
find
do?
some cover, and that's really about it.
Okay. You are able to, where you're at, you're able to duck down the alley, and from where you're at right now, unless they move up to it, you're actually behind full cover
Okay.
because you're behind a wall, so they can't see you as far as bullets and magic are concerned. Fireball, however, is directed to everybody over there. All right.
To
so
whom it
with
may
that being said,
concern.
it is their turn. Gej, they can see you. The first thing I need you to do is to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
That is the 28.
Okay, that's a wisdom saving throw from hell. All right. You watch as one of the wand wielders like raises his wand, and you watch as it flares for a second. Something tries to intrude on your brain, but you grit your teeth, flex your eyes closed, and the magic washes over you without much of an effect. All right. This one is going to also try to hit you with something. He's just going to try to roll and hit you with magic.
Nah.
However, that is a 9, so he does not hit you with a firebolt. As you watch this, and it fires through, smashes into the wall, leaving a scorch mark against it. The other 4 are just going to fire their rifles at you. And that's going to be... Okay.
ICB 18.
14, a total of a 20.
Hit.
A 16. A 16. One more? No, it was 4. 3 misses and 1 hit. All right. As they are going to take shots at you.
Nah.
All right. That is 16 points of damage. As you hear the retort from the rifle, the shot rings out, just happens to find that perch right at the corner and kind of rips through. It stings like a mother, but that is their turn. And now that brings us to Emrys.
Okay. Just from what I can see, I'm gonna step out. I don't really have anything ranged except for the wand of fireballs and the cloak. So I'm gonna do a magic missiles at one of them, and the cloak automatically. If I'm reading this correctly, the cloak automatically does it as a 5th level spell.
Right.
Yes.
So that's
okay.
3, 4, 5. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 darts, if I'm not mistaken.
7 darts?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, and I can split them up if I wanted to. Okay. Can I do 4 to one and 3 to the other then?
You absolutely can. You tell me, are you going to hit the wand wielders?
Yeah.
All right.
And do I have to roll? No. I just roll the damage. Not very often I do this. Okay. So I know how to count. 12 damage for the first one.
Okay. You said you're hitting the wand wielders, right?
Yes. And there's
Okay,
2
and
wand wielders, right?
Yep, that is correct. And how much for the other one?
12 for one, and that is 9 for the other.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna step back into the
all right, so you
my side of
duck
the
back
alley.
into your part of the alleyway. All right. And oh, you know what? I totally had the mech not go. So let's roll separately for him. Because I am smart. All right. Okay. All right. Hang on just one second, guys.
You're sick it this up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I can hear knocking and I need somebody to take care of it.
In your head, knocking.
All right. As we move right along, after you, the mechanized unit gets to go. You watch as it sets its body down. You can hear this. You see steam being released. The gun is raised, and it is arced over. As it does, it arcs over to you, landing just and bursting above the alleyway where Liz and Moonin and Gej are at. I need all of you to give me dexterity saving throws, please.
My dice just hate me today.
Oh no.
It's a 9.
Okay.
As he's doing that, getting ready to fire, just don't miss.
So yours was a 9, so you have evasion though, so that's going to be half of the damage. How did you do, Moonin?
19.
Okay, you're fine. And Gesh?
12.
12. Okay. Unfortunately, you are not successful. So 46 points of damage to you. And that is 23 to the other two. So All right. As it fires it over, arcing the blast, it's not just the fire, it's the shrapnel from the mortar as well. As it rains down not only metallic debris, but also debris from the building. It just showers you with rocks, pebbles, stone, everything else, plus the heat and fire as it just rains down upon you. You try to duck your head and cover it, but unfortunately, guys, you are caught in the biggest part of the blast. All right. That is its turn, though. Bliss.
Well, before the mech unit did that, I was going to go over and attack the. I assume the mech unit's only less than 50 feet away from me, correct?
45.
Yeah, you're just gonna go and see Liz just come up and just wail on this thing. So she is going to come and just punch it, and then she's gonna punch it more.
You're going to punch the mechanized unit?
Yes.
And then punch it some more. I like it. All right. Roll to attack.
I think I hit the thing. It's 25.
That'll hit it.
The first hit is 9 points of damage.
9 points. All right. Okay.
And then we're going to do the flurry of blows to.
Well, remember, you have 2 attacks, so you automatically have 2 attacks.
Yes, but it's going to be fun to just watch her come up and just be like, fuck this thing, and just punch it like so many times.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying, with flurry, don't short yourself an attack.
Yeah, for monk, you have 2 attacks as your base attack action.
And then you do flurry of blows, giving you 4 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought was 4 total attacks.
Correct.
Now, would she be smart enough to know that trying to do necrotic damage to this thing would do no good?
Don't know. She does know that necrotic damage is more about not only changing life force, but also decaying things. So if it can be decayed, there might be a chance that it could take necrotic damage. You don't know. Can certainly try.
Yeah, she's gonna try, because with doing the flurry of blows, she can also do a hand of harm. So she'll do one of the attacks with extra damage.
Okay. Roll a d20.
The D20 I did to hit was 24.
Separate d20 altogether. 24 definitely hits it.
My dice just hate me. That's a nat 1.
Okay, actually, that's good for you. Considering that this machine would, but there's also a living person inside of it. So you struggle in hitting pieces of it, and as you do, one of your hands of harm reaches out and hits the soldier. You make contact with flesh, or at least partly flesh, as you hit the soldier with inside of it. Roll damage, please.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the right dice.
Sure.
$19 points of damage to the dude.
All right.
My next unstriped, or my next one is a nat 20.
All right. Go ahead and give me all that damage.
Uh, 16.
16 points of damage. Okay.
And then I don't think the last one hits because it's a 9.
No, it does not, unfortunately.
So I think that is my turn.
All right. So you are there in its face.
Correct, because yeah, I think she's just pissed. She's just like, motherfucker. Yep.
Here we go. All righty then. With that being the end of your turn, Gej, it is your turn now.
Can I see Homeboy in the mech? Can I physically see him?
I mean, you can see him. It's going to be a hard target to hit. Has like 3/4 cover.
I just have to be able to see them.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely see him.
Hold person, DC 16.
Okay. 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 All right. Let me roll this dice.
This
Hope you
cleric's had
fail.
enough.
No offense, I love you, but I hope you don't pass.
No. I don't take it personal. Just give you the eye as you do. All right. Here we go. This is that wisdom saving throw. I only need one of those. $18 on the die.
Damn it, Randy. Okay.
So you try again, and yet again he shrugs off whatever this is you're trying to assail him with. All right. Anything else in your turn?
Yeah. Gonna pull out my spear and I'm gonna move closer as long as there's some sort of cover that I can get behind.
There is. You can only find half cover.
Fine.
Okay.
I will move forward to that cover and I will take it.
All right.
Because I'm not afraid.
Oh, I'm so sorry because I'm still new to monks. Apparently, with my physician's touch, whenever I use the hand of harm on a creature, I can subject it to the poison condition until the end of my next turn. So I would like to subject the guy in the mech suit as poisoned.
So he has disadvantage on his attack rolls. Okay. All right. Goody. Okay. I found what I was looking for. Yes. Okay. Dope. All right. Gej, that is your turn. To the top we go. Moonin, it is your turn again.
I'm gonna roll around the corner back into view of everybody with the rifle.
Okay.
And we've got lists all over the mechanized unit. Those casters are troublesome. We're gonna wing a first shot at one of the casters.
You can see that one of them is still sporting a bit more wounds from the magic missile than the other one is.
I don't know what hit him. I just know he looks a little bit more hurt.
That's correct.
We are gonna lob around downrange.
All right.
8 plus 12, so dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit him.
Okay. That is 2 of these. That's 18 damage on the first round.
Okay. Oof, he looks bloody now. All right. Second round.
If he's still standing, I guess he can have another. Way higher. It's 30.
Yeah, that hits him.
18 plus 12. That one is going to be.
Yo, plus 12 to hit?
You bet. Packed weapon.
Yeah, oh, yeah. No, that's a 30, all right.
Yep. That's 18, 24 on the second round.
Whoa.
That was a 10, an 8, and then a plus 6.
Your first shot is like you're just zeroing it in, so it hits him, and it's a good shot. It rings out. He winces. You see him almost drop his wand as he pulls it up. That arm is laying shattered by his side. Your second round, you just kind of like smirk to yourself, having zeroed in that sight. That round goes through his other shoulder. Both of his arms now are just kind of laying there limply. He's just kind of controlling it, swaying on his feet as he's standing there. All right. Anything else on your turn?
That's about all I got on attacks.
Bonus action, Misty step up to him. Hey, Puddin'.
You know,
Hi.
I thought about taking Misty Step, but instead I thought I'd go with something flavorful and took the Phantasmal Force instead.
That's a good one. I like Phantasmal Force. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Get in their head and make them feel like
I
they're about to
thought
fall
it'd
off
be
of
an
something.
interesting choice instead of giving me more mobility.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Bouncing all over the place like Nightcrawler, just bamf, bamf.
I could have taken Spider Climb to start running up everything. See ya.
Yeah, that's what we need. All right.
I'm gonna
you still have some
get
movement
back
left.
into
So
a bit of cover.
You're
Yep.
able to find something, but it's only going to give you half cover. You're still a little more exposed.
That's quite all right.
But it is going to provide you with cover. So you have a +2 on your armor class.
I'll take it.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and fire off 4 more rounds. Now that they can see you, we're going to put 2 downrange at... actually, we're going to have 2 of them fire at our friend who is fighting a mech. And then one's going to fire at Gej and one at Moonin. All right, so let's resolve all those. Gej, 22.
22 will hit.
Now, you should be at, what did I say, 3/4 cover?
No, you said half.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to
Okay.
give me 3/4, I'll take it, but I'm gonna be honest about it.
Did you move out into the alleyway some more?
He moved forward, but he found cover, and you had said it was half.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I was just making sure that I'm right. All right, so 22 hits. $14 more points of damage as that round finds perch. The gunfire retorts through the alleyway. All right, Moonin. Nat 1. So that misses. And then we've got 2 more that we're going to fire at Liz. 15 on the first one. God, an 8 total. Just scoped
Neither
in
one
on
of those
Gesh.
would. Neither one of those will hit.
Yeah, scoped in on Gej there. All right, then we've got some wand wielders. One of them just got his bell rung, so he is going to look at you, my dude. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Let me open that up. All right. He starts to mutter something, moving his hands as best he can, and when he's finished, actually, I want to do this right quick. Okay, spell doesn't fail. All of a sudden, out of the ground, this ethereal-looking hand reaches up and tries to like punch down on top of where you're at, Moonin. I need to make an attack roll.
Counterspell's the only one that you can use out of turn, right?
It's a reaction spell. Mm-hmm.
Just making sure.
I mean, there are other spells that you can use out of turn, but yeah.
This
So
spell
what do you
magic is
need
not
from
one of them.
me?
No. Nothing. I need a roll to hit you.
All
17.
right. Missed it by 1. With the +2, I have an 18.
Slams into the ground, trying to guess where you are as you're tucked back behind there, and it just and it hits the dirt right next to you, leaving this like knuckle print in the ground next to you as it rears back. You can see it's holding its position above you as he casts Bigby's hand.
Bigby's hand!
Bigby's hand!
I am so happy for that +2.
All right. The other one is going to try to do something different because that didn't work. Let's see. You moved all the way up to touch them. You move forward and you move forward. Right now, the only one of you with full cover. No, none of you have full cover, do you?
Does Umris?
Emrys doesn't have full cover. He has 3/4, I think.
Then no, nobody has full.
Perfect. You watch as he draws his wand in an arc, and as he does, the tip of it starts to light up this white-blue color, and immediately you watch as this bolt skips across the ground. It first strikes into Liz. Liz, I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
It's not a ranged weapon attack, is it?
It is not. It is a spell. Worse than that.
Oh.
Because you watch as it then. Okay, you are fine. You would normally take half damage, but with evasion you take none. It skips through Liz, who just barely dodges out of the way. It bounces across the ground and strikes where Moonin's at. Moonin, I need a dexterity save. Then scatters across the ground and strikes into... Yep, because it's up to... So it arcs towards a target of your choice, and then 3 other bolts leap out from it. So each one of those must be within 30 feet of each other, which unfortunately you're all within 30 feet of each other. So it arcs as it moves through. Nope, 30 feet of the first target. I take that back. It would not hit Emrys because he's too far away. But the 2 of you move forward. So
I haven't moved forward. I'm still where I started. I've been in the same alley.
Oh, I thought you said you moved forward to get cover. Or are you just finding cover where you're at?
I was pulling back behind the wall I was at. I never moved forward.
All right. You would have had 3/4 cover then, because that fist would have been, like, missed you by +5. So the only other person that needs to give me a save is then Gej.
20. 18 plus
20?
2 is 20.
Okay. All right. So you did make the save. However, so that's going to be half damage from this. Because for some reason I thought both of you moved forward, but I am wrong.
That doesn't have nothing.
Please, more often than you think. Half of that is going to be 27.
I'm at 1.
What's that? By 1?
No. I'm at 1.
So you're
technically,
still
I'm
standing there
down.
like your teeth are ringing out. You can feel that in you're like, was that your half work ability?
Yep.
So you went down and back up to 1?
Yep.
All right. You're sitting there, your body's jerked. The electricity is still like across your system as it peters out. All right, that is all of them. Next up would be Emrys.
Yay. I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
Basically, I will hit one for 4 and the other for 3. I'll do the same thing because both wand users are still up, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'll do the same thing that I did last time. The 4 to the same with the that I hit with 4 and then 3. Because it's just easier this way. Also, I'm a baby. I don't want to. I've already gone down once. I don't want to do it again. So that is 10 for the first one.
Hold on just 1 second here.
Okay. Those were really sharp.
All right. The first one takes 10 points.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
He's
the second
still up, but he looks hurt. How much is the second?
Seeing him, so is he I guess would he be wobbling pretty badly?
Here's the thing, though. When you sent it out,
Oh yeah, that's
you
true. They're all
designated those targets. So they all fly at the same time.
You're right. 8 for the second.
Okay.
And then back around my corner.
And then just duck back behind. All right. So as you duck back behind, it is now the mechanized unit's turn. First things first, let's see if we get our fun toy back. Nope. So you watch as he's trying to reload the weapon, and it's taking a moment. So he is going to swing at you with his hammer.
At me?
At you.
Don't forget that he has a disadvantage.
He does. All right, so let me go ahead and do this roll. That's a good thing. It's with disadvantage. Okay, so the first one with a disadvantage is a 23 to hit.
Jesus. Yes, that hits.
Okay. All right. Yeah, these don't play around. All right, it's going to be 16 points of damage. And he's going to swing it back around and try to hit you again. With disadvantage again. Nat 1. So misses you on that one. All right. And that is his turn. And that leads us to our next person, which is Liz herself.
All right. So there's 2 casters, and one of them almost hit her with the lightning, but didn't. Correct? How far away are the wand casters from the mech unit?
They are about 10 feet behind him. Like, spread out on either side.
Okay. And she would know that she needs to disengage from the mech unit to hit the wand users, correct?
I mean, to get to them, yeah, you would need to disengage from him. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to do the disengage. We're going to do the key point of the step of the wind. And then we are going to we're going to try and stab the one with the, that looks bloody.
Okay. All right, so you move over to the one that looks like he is really hurt. All right, so 10 feet of movement and roll to attack.
16.
That hits.
$10.
All right. As you punch, you find just that right spot. As the knuckles clench in, at the last second, you feel his life just as he falls down lifeless in front of you. His wand clatters to the ground. All right, so 1 down. You can move. You have what, 35 feet of movement left?
No, I have a total of 50.
Okay, so you have 40 feet of movement left. So you can move bang to either one of the guys with the guns, or you can try to move around and get back to the other wand wielder.
How difficult would it be to try and get to the other wand wielder?
Not bad. You can move out of the range of the mechanized unit, and then across, and then back up, and you'd still have movement left, about 10 feet of movement left.
All right, that is what
Actually,
I'm going to do.
You'd be out of movement, but you'd be there. All right.
I assume 20 hits.
A 20 does hit indeed.
All right, it's 9 points of damage with the short sword, and then I'm going to use another key point for stunning strike.
Okay, so you need a con save from me.
It's a 17.
Okay. All right, give me 1 second here. Constitution saving throw coming up. Ooh, 14. You watch as you find the right place. Like, you pop your finger here and then move up and hit another point, a pressure point in his body, and you watch as his whole entire body just kind of like locks up for a second as he cannot move or take any actions. Good job. Anything else?
I don't think so. I would not have been able to pick up the wand from the ground, correct?
We do have free item interaction, so I'll say as you went by, you could like tuck your toe under it and kick it up and grab it on your way by.
All right. She now has the wand. She's just sort of like putting it in her pocket. She doesn't really know how to use it. She's just like, I don't want anyone else using it.
All right. All right, then. After you is Gej.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a little bit of healing.
Okay. Put your hands on yourself.
Just trying to figure out which one of the healings I want to do.
The good stuff.
How much am I worth?
Tell me.
All of
What kind of
it.
healing are you going to use? You're worth everything.
I'm gonna use a level 4, so it's gonna be 48.
Okay.
13. 18, no, 13 plus 8. 21.
21 healing?
21, yeah.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
I can't cast another spell. I haven't made an attack.
You don't have, like, Shillelagh, do you?
No, I am not a druid, sir.
Fair.
Yeah, that's pretty sure that's all I can do unless I want to move forward and get in somebody's face, but that's kind of dangerous for me.
All right. Moonin.
Okay. Once again, rolling out from my cover. Is the mech still facing my direction, or did it kind of move towards Liz? Like,
No,
rotate?
I mean, it's still facing your direction. You can still see the soldier.
Cool. I would like to start with a violent shot.
Are you trying to shoot him in the ammo dump again?
No, I have too many allies close by. I'm going for the fella. You know, I want to go, if I can, for the joint that's allowing him to maneuver the mortar arm. Not so much detonating it, so much as making it harder for him to use it.
Okay. Roll an attack roll. Actually, first give me a perception check.
Sure. Perception. Also plus 12, so 27. 15 on the die.
So you haven't seen these things in action a whole lot. However, your understanding of engineering and how things are put together and guns and things like that, you're actually able to piece together the best place, like, that'll disable this thing, or at least make it a little tougher to operate. All right, so it's going to be an attack roll. Actually, no, it's not going to be an attack roll. I want you to roll dexterity, because it's hand-eye coordination. You're proficient with the weapon that you're using, so it's going to be... It's an attack roll, but it's actually a DC check. It's actually going to be a difficulty challenge. So what I want you to do...
So it's a dex check plus proficiency?
Right, which would basically be the same thing as your attack roll, right? Because that's dex plus proficiency.
It'd be a plus 9 instead of a plus 12, but yes.
Oh, that's right, because you have something else going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it plus 9, but go ahead and roll that d20 plus 9.
Sure, and I would like to state that I am using 2 points for violent shot.
Okay.
What that does is it increases my misfire score by 2 for each point I use. So at this point, if I roll under an 8, it's a misfire. Okay. But if I do hit, I roll 2 additional weapon damage dice.
Well, we're not going to actually do damage on this particular instance.
Okay. So I'll save the violent shot for whatever happens after this. This is just the roll then.
Save that, but make that shot.
Okay. I was just letting you know what violent shot did.
Thank you.
Yeah. That is a 16 on the die for a total of 25. Yeah? Yeah, 25.
You take yourself back to whenever you first held a rifle in your hand, and you remember your mom showing you and your dad teaching you to how to aim to maximize the effect of, like, taking down your prey, but without having to cause it as much damage. Like, knowing where to shoot so it's not a gut shot, which would ruin the meat, knowing where to shoot to hit the heart right forward or right behind the leg, watching for pieces to move. You take a deep breath and you remember your mother's voice telling you to steady. And somewhere from beyond you feel your father's like grip on your shoulder, that firm but like familiar feeling of him like calming you down before you take the shot. And you just exhale, and as you do, you don't even hear the retort. But what you do hear is the satisfying sound of your shot, that bullet, that metallic ping. As you hit a valve, there's suddenly a violent, and you watch as the mortar arm just falls down to the side. You see him frantically working a gear, but it's just doing this. It's not moving at all. It's just hanging there limply, not able to be used.
Well, the second round is for the fella frantically trying to figure out what just happened.
All right.
So, 2 points of violent shot. Gotta roll above an 8. Come on, dice. That is 11. So,
That's
23.
23. You find perch and the shot rings out again. You're aiming for him, correct?
I'm aiming right where he's sitting.
All right. So he would have had 3/4 cover, but that only raises his AC to a 21, so your 23 hits him.
Woo! Okay. That's 4d10 plus 6.
Okay.
Fuck that guy. You hurt my friends! That's a 9. That's 19. 27 plus 6.
33.
33.
And earlier he had some more damage done to him. He is not looking good as that shot rings out. You can see him. He rocks back from it. He's still in there, barely piloting that thing by one arm as he's sitting there kind of like half slumped over in this thing. He's still alive, but he ain't looking good.
We need to get out of here quickly. I hate to do this now, but we gotta go. We're gonna second wind.
Oh, actually, no, hang on a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I take that back. I read the wrong HP. As your shot rings out, you watch his head rock back violently and then rock back forward, and he just kind of like flumps against the gear. You hear the sound of it trying to like. He never took it out of that lock position from the mortar shot. So it's just rocking back and forth, but you can see him slumped over the controls. Just sitting there, no longer alive.
Well, either way, we do need to get out of here quickly, so I will still action surge.
Okay.
Liz seems to have the caster covered right now. We're gonna take a shot at one of the people with guns. They haven't really been messed with yet. Hey, buddy. Regular old bullet. Help if my die stays on the table. I get a grit point back. That one is a crit. That is a 32.
32?
Yeah, it's a natural 20 plus 12.
Yeah, that dude's hit. And that was the other wand wielder, or was that one of the other rifle guys?
That's one of the rifle guys. Liz seems to be doing a good job bodying the other wand user right now.
Yeah. How much damage was that?
So it's 11 on the die doubled, so 22 plus 6, so 27 on the first shot.
Okay.
And then second round for him is an 8 plus 12, so 30, 20.
That hits.
He can have 23. A 9 and 8,
23
and then a plus
points
6.
of damage. And that one falls down dead. 2 rounds in his body.
You hurt my friends!
Just bodied that dude. All right.
And I'm gonna start. I will move up to where Gej is and take cover.
Okay, so
with
you
Gej.
start moving up.
Yeah.
All right. As you move forward to where he's at, taking cover, you also have +2 to your AC from half cover.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see here. After you is the baddies. Is it possible? Are we the baddies? All right. Watching their friend fall, they're going to try to shoot you two, and one of them is going to try to shoot at our friend Liz over there. All right, let's start with our friend Liz. 24 to hit.
It hits. Now, can I try to catch it and throw it back?
Sure can. All right. That's a 15 total. So you have to, if you roll and get a 15, you've at least caught it and throw it back, but you can also reduce the amount of damage that it does to you.
I mean, I roll a d10 plus 14, so that would be reviewing it to 0, and then if I have a key point, I can send it back.
Sure.
I don't think I want to, though. I think I
around?
just want to just deflect it. I just want to just... No.
I'm just
As the
picturing catching the bullet and just going. Poof.
Yeah, throwing it back with such a velocity. The shot comes to you, and you bring your hand up, and it, like Wonder Woman, just bounces off your bracer. Bing! And he just kind of looks at you, looks at the rifle, and gets ready to shoot again. The other two are going to take shots at our friends over there. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Moonin, 22. Gaj, an 8. So, Moonin, 13 points of damage. That's all 3 of them. We have one wand wielder who is going to look over at the very terrible Liss who is coming at him. I don't want to use that.
I don't think he can do anything because he's still stunned.
Oh, that's right. He is stunned until the end of your next turn, or the start of your next turn. So he does nothing. He stands there and looks at you. All right, that is his turn. Emrys.
Okay.
And just remember that attacks against this wand wielder do have advantage.
Magic missile.
No, actually, I'm going to. I always forget that you gave me these daggers of returning, so I'm gonna use that.
Okay.
It's not a lot, but because I have advantage, I can also do my sneak attack. So,
Hey.
That's right. Which will do a lot.
sometimes I
Check
have a
out
brain.
the big brain on Brad.
Okay, so we're gonna throw a dagger. with advantage. Well, it's not a nat 20, but it is an 18 plus 9. So there's that. Okay. So D4.
If he survives.
Forgot how to count. Hold on. So that is a total of 4 plus 5. 9, 10, 19. Actually, let me do it this way. 2, 4, 6 plus 4. So 10, 20, 5, 6, 7, 28. 28.
28.
Woo!
Holy shit. Okay, well, he's still alive, but Jesus Christ, the dagger with accuracy flies across the way as it hits him in the shoulder. It actually, like, clips down, and as it does, you can see his arm just falls limp by his side, and the dagger appears in your hand again. As he's just, his arm is completely, like, the musculature is just severed right there. Like his delt rolled up.
Tasty.
Oh.
That's awful.
Just...
Popeye over here, just like.
No, his.
You're right. Sorry, that's a bicep.
That's a bicep, but I've seen somebody. Oh, I've seen that happen too, and it's like this here or here rolling up.
Uncomfortable, just.
Yeah. Also, watching a hamstring. Snap.
Yup.
I don't think there's anything else I can do. So, I hope y'all are having fun up there. You're doing great.
Just words of encouragement. All right. Well, it would be the mech, but he is dead, so you can't pilot from a dead guy. Liz?
Liz is just gonna turn her head slightly and just be like, I'm not sure how you're not dead yet. And then just hit him with her, like, free hand.
Let's solve that problem, shall we?
He just hauls off and slaps the ever-living shit out of him. It's till the end of your next turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the end of this
Correct.
turn. So he's still stunned. You have advantage.
Yeah.
It does not make not 20, but it is a 24.
It hits him.
8 points of damage.
All right. Oh, you will not believe this. Hit him again.
Is he at 1? He's at 1, isn't he?
No. But
Liz
not that much.
Liz is now pissed. And she's just like, you know what? We're just gonna keep hitting you until you just die. And she says that to him, like, right in his fucking face.
His eyes go wide.
And she's going to do a flurry of blows just to make sure that this guy dies.
Well, that was only your first attack, right?
Correct.
Just make a second attack for now.
12 to hit. Oh.
You have advantage.
25 to hit.
That hits him.
10 damage.
Okay. As he's just sitting there, you grab, like, his arms, and you just pull your foot back and just straight stomp him in the sternum. As he does, he just, like, he's like, his whole body folds inward a little bit. As he hits the ground, his head rocks off of it, and he stares glassy-eyed at the ceiling. He's out. All right. Now you can use your bonus action to move and beat the crap out of whoever else you want to, but both of the wand wielders are dead.
You made him a lawn chair.
Can I get to the guy that tried to shoot me?
Yes.
All right. She's going to look over and be like, I'm coming for you next. As she moves over, she's going to grab the other wand so that nobody else can do it. And then she is going to do flurry of blows. One of them going to be the strike, the necrotic strike.
Ooh, okay, go for it. So 2 more attacks on this guy.
So the first one is 20 to hit.
That'll hit him.
And then he has 16 from that first hit, and he's also poisoned.
Okay.
And then
How much damage was that?
16 points of damage.
Okay, great. And he's poisoned. Okay.
15 to hit.
15 does not hit him.
She's just like up in his face, and like she goes to like hit him, but it's like almost like she doesn't like make it, so she's just like, oh man, you flinched, like sort of thing.
Yeah. As the first shot gets through, he's trying to deflect it away. He doesn't, but he brings the rifle butt around to just kind of like bat your arm or like stop your strike from coming in. All right, anything else?
No, she's just gonna be real close to him and be like, are you sure you want this fight?
All right, well, we're going to find out. Clearly right now he does. Gej.
Okay, so how many are left?
Right now there are only 3 and they all have rifles.
Okay. Are they all like injured?
No, actually only one of them's been injured so far. One of them's been killed outright, but one of them's been injured.
Cool. All right.
Now, there
Well
has been
done.
one that has been injured, and it's the one that Liz is fighting right now.
I'm gonna use guiding bolt on one of the ones that is not injured.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
Stop that computer. 21.
21 hits.
Cool. 8, 12, 15, 21, 25 damage.
25 points of damage. Okay.
Mhm.
Now 2 of them are injured. Anything else? The next attack against that particular one has advantages. He is lit up by radiant flames that flicker around him. They don't do damage to him, but it's just the remnants of the guiding bolt. All right. Moonin.
Well, I guess I will take my cue from my friend Gej here next to me. And I'm gonna wing around at the glowing motherfucker.
That glowing guy.
Yeah!
You take aim, and he looks like the biggest, brightest target you've ever seen.
That is not great on either die, but high rolls a 10, so 22. No,
that'll hit him.
Sorry, I have to reload the rifle, so I'm going to switch to the revolver.
Okay, so you kind of like set the rifle down, pull the revolver out,
Yeah.
and fire that shot. What's the range on the revolver?
With sharpshooter, 120.
You're fine.
Okay. For a whopping 8 damage.
Not as powerful around, but still squares up and hits him right where you had him. He kind of rocks from it. You can see now his shirt. It's a dark blue color, and it starts to take on this wetness to it as these starting to bleed from where your bullet impacted into his stomach. All right. Anything else?
We'll take the second round at regular.
Bang.
Because this is not a packed weapon. This is only a plus 11. So...
fan the hammer back with your thumb, taking another careful aim, firing that revolver again.
That one is a 9 on the die for a dirty 20 with a plus 11.
That'll hit. Once more, the retort from the revolver. Again, not as powerful as it from the rifle.
That's better. 18 for the second one.
18?
A 5 plus 5 plus 8.
Yeah. As the second round catches him as he kind of dips for a second. Again, you're more using the first shot to like zero in your shots. So as your first one hits him a little low, you're like, you adjust, aiming the revolver a bit higher. As you fire, the wind catches it, but you fired a little to his right, so it drifts it over, and as it starts to dip, it hits him, boom, right in the triangle. His knees buckle underneath him as he just falls over in the dirt, a small puff of smoke there, as he is dead.
I tucked it back down with Gej and give a nod.
Just pat on the shoulder.
Yep.
As you watch, as he takes a small little file out and just marks a notch in the side of the gun. All right. After Moonin is the bad guys. I need to roll something really quick here.
Sure. Can I ask a quick question?
You may.
How does reloading work for a summoned weapon? Because I know you said it still reloads per the set ammo amount, but, like, is it just still a bonus action for that?
It's still a bonus action. So you basically, I figure you're using either a strip. How many shots do we have in your rifle?
You said 5 or 6?
5 or 7? 5 or 6.
I just did
2,
6.
4, 5. Okay, so you did 6. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you fired your last shot, the very familiar ping as the strip like ejects out of there. While it's all magical, you still like move your hand, pulling that like otherworldly energy together and stripping down the rest of the shots as you load it once more. So it's now loaded again with 6 shots as a bonus action.
Okay. I just wanted to check real quick. I wasn't sure how we wanted to do that.
Sure. It's like gathering this like otherworldly energy and like slamming it into the top of this rifle. It's like this weird magical energy that kind of smokes off the top of it as you push it down in there.
Pulls out purple crystal, jams it into the top of the gun.
Yeah, pretty much. Pull out one purple crystal and then just like slam in another one, and everybody's looking at you like, didn't we leave those back in the New World? Is it?
Rubs my tummy? Well, we certainly found it there.
Okay.
Not weird at all.
All right. Yeah, they both failed. You watch as the last 2 guys, one of them looks sickly and green as he's standing in front of the monk. He just drops his rifle and puts his hands up and closes his eyes. The other one sees his allies dead. The mech is unusable. He throws his weapon down, and both of them, they have their hands in the air like,
like
no
they
more.
really do care.
Like they really do care. They care a lot. They don't want to die. All right. That is their turn. Imrus, what are you doing?
Hearing out, they're giving up, basically. They're the last 2.
Yep, they threw down their weapons and threw up their hands.
All right, then I won't attack.
Okay.
I'm not going to attack somebody. I'll step out and I'll move forward towards the rest of the group, seeing as everyone's moved up.
All right, Liz?
Liz is going to like turn towards like her party and be like, she's trying to ask for like consensus of like, she knows that Emrys didn't attack, or at least she thinks that Emerus didn't attack, but she's gonna be like, so are we done? Are we done? And she's just going to try and like get a general consensus from like the rest of her party.
Gesh?
Unless I'm compelled otherwise, I'm okay with surrender.
All right, Moonin.
I'm gonna move up to the two soldiers and level a pistol at them and ask, do either of you know how to work this unit, and gesture at the mechanized unit.
They look at you, and you're speaking in English right now?
That's all I know.
Okay. Well, you know other things.
Well,
but,
I don't know languages people here know.
yeah. One of them, the one that's injured, looks to the other one, who nods, like points to the mech and starts speaking in a language that you don't know. But Emrys, it is French, but it has a southern accent. Like, not a southern American accent, but like a southern French
Aw.
accent.
Oh,
Yes.
Neat.
We, madame, how are y'all doing?
I'm not gonna question it.
Voulez-vous.
I'm sure I've heard weirder. All right. I'll talk with him.
Okay.
What was he saying?
They were asking. Oh, he was saying, like, I understand how to operate it. Basically, yes, I can
Perfect.
operate it.
Okay. Moonin, what do you want to know? This one knows how.
How does the ammunition cartridge detach from the mech?
And I will
Translating.
Yep.
Moonin, he walks over and shows you, and it's a belt feed, and the belt feed has basically where it rolls them from the ammo dump in the backpack through this little unit and then into the arm. So it's like, boom, and it loads into the side of it. So it goes down and then into the side. They're smaller, they're like this big. They are finned so that they have more accuracy, but they are not impact detonation. They are air bursts, so they explode before they hit the earth, which is what you've experienced and seen. But he shows you. Are you wanting to know how to detach decouple the loading mechanism, decouple the weapon, decouple the ammo dump?
My goal is to acquire the ammunition from the mortar.
Sure enough. So he shows you that there are two pins that you remove, which removes the belt feed from the arm piece. Then he walks over and shows you how to remove it from the ammo pack. And then he shows you how to, there's like two pins at the top that you have to pull at the same time apart, and they're spring loaded, so it takes like a bit of muscle to do. And then you pull that down, and then you can see that there is another mechanism that you have to lift, and again, it is spring load, but once it gets to a position, you can then slide those two pins back and it holds it in place. So there's like a shield on the outside and an internal shield that was protecting it, and then the pins that release the external shield held the internal shield apart or in place. So now you can see the ammo is stacked in there. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're slightly alternating. So there is a little bit of space between each one, and you can see that this has about 8 rounds left.
Are they heavy?
So they're not heavy. They're about that big. They're about the length and width. They're about the length of a football, but about bigger, as big around as like a family sized can of bush beans, like that big around.
We'll use anything but the metric system.
That's right. I don't know. They are,
About like that.
yeah, they're about like that. They're a giraffe. They're like the size of a small giraffe. No. I'm glad you got that. So I mean, you don't want to carry around 8 of them. but you could comfortably carry like 3 or 4.
I can pack mule some of them for you, Moonin. My strength is +1.
Better than my plus
I feel
0.
2. Okay. Between the two of you, you can get like, I'll say 6, 3 each.
Okay.
Which leaves 2 in the unit.
Figure these may be useful to us as we head forward.
Liz is not going to allow anything useful to be left, so she will take the other 2 along with the 2 wands that she has.
So between the 3 of you, you have 8 mortars, 2 wands, a mech that's sitting there like, oh, and 2 captives.
I don't know what
This should not go
kind of
south in
time
any
we
way.
have to try and take a mech with us. That I am not the right class for that, let me tell you right meow.
The one that was
no.
the one that I was translating for, was he the one that was more injured?
No,
Did
he
you
was
say?
the one that was fresh still. The other one was
Okay.
the one that's injured.
While I'm like translating, I'd like to put some basic first aid on the other one.
Okay, roll medicine check.
That I can do. I actually am not.
And there's actually a like a small medical kit that is actually on the mech itself.
Oh, perfect. I will grab that if I can too.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask Liz to help you, she's happy to help you because she is proficient in medicine and also
There you go.
medicine kit.
Yeah.
So you get advantage in it.
Okay. Hell yeah, 18.
Okay, you are able to stem the blood flow from him, and kind of stitch up a little bit. It's field dressing, but most of you are familiar with that. So he will. He's not going to bleed out anytime soon.
Yeah.
He's still going to need time to heal up and things like that, but
yeah,
he seems to be okay.
They surrendered. The most I can do is a friendly hand forward.
Yeah. The French individual asks you in French, what do you plan to do with us now?
You plan to be a problem?
It's true. Gage knows it too.
Am I going to be a problem?
Are you? Yeah.
No.
May I roll a insight to ensure that he is being truthful?
You absolutely can.
Can I also help with that? I'm proficient.
No, but you can roll one. You can roll one separately.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
26, 18 plus 8.
Just a flat 18, 14 plus 8. 14 plus 4, sorry.
Both of you pick up that he has no more stomach for this. When he threw down his rifle, he was like, I just watched the 4 of you murder, death, kill my allies, and you're still standing here. You took a mortar blast, lightning to you. You've been shot. There's been magic cast at you, and you're still standing. Yeah, man, I ain't messing with that. You crazy?
Also, I think it happened all in under like a minute because each round is like 10 seconds, correct?
Each round is 6 seconds, and that was like, it was close to a minute, but yeah, it was still under a minute. So just all of a sudden,
4 rounds, 5 rounds.
I want to say it was like 6 rounds, but still. 2,
3. Yeah. About 6. 5 or 6.
So still, he like 30 in 36 seconds. you
crazy
demolished.
to think about that.
Yeah. D&D, where a 3-hour walk takes 2 minutes and a minute worth of combat takes 3 hours. So there we go. He looks at all of you and says, "So what now? I'm free to go. You will shoot me when I turn around."
Do you want us to shoot you when you turn around?
I would prefer you don't shoot me when I turn around. I'd prefer that you let me go. You've never seen me. You don't even know my name.
Look, I don't
Everything is
judge. You
okay.
might be into that sort of thing, but if you want to walk away without getting shot, that's perfectly fine, as long as you don't present a problem.
you will never see me again. As a matter of fact, I believe it is time for me to take up fishing. So I will go and return
Is he
home.
speaking English or French?
No, it's
French. Yeah, he's speaking in French.
I'm just ominously standing there, watching the conversation, waiting for clarification from the two people speaking the language that I don't understand.
It's the scene, like the opening scene where they catch the Germans in Inglorious Bastards. Like, and you take your little Wiener Schnitzel finger there and point on the map.
So, until I'm told otherwise, I am just standing ominously.
Alright,
Yeah.
so get to walking, and if you do happen to unfortunately run across us again, I'll peel your face off.
Roll intimidation check for me, please.
Jesus.
With advantage.
I'm just sitting there like, what?
From the top down. From the top down.
24.
He doesn't turn immediately, but he like does that thing where you hastily take a few steps back and then turn and just bolt outright. Like his ally is still like, huh?
Do be careful, you might want to head out that way. I don't think there's any enemies that way.
Liz turns her head as she sees the guy just like bolt off because she doesn't speak French, and honestly, she's not a big fan of the French. And she's just like, "Okay, we're letting that one go, or we're shooting that one."
No, we're
Hey.
letting them go.
Okay, do they know anything that might be important before we let them go?
Well, the other one looks at you because he hasn't left yet. He's still sitting there.
That's the
And
one I
he's
was patching up a little.
yeah,
right?
you're patching up a little.
I'll kind of
And he-
like mill through the languages I know to see if he knows one, which is what, German, French, a little bit of sign. I know sign, English.
As you get to English, he goes, "You know, you could have started there."
So could have you.
I mean, Otter did start in English.
Pardon me, didn't really have much of a chance to talk. You asked about you operating the mechanics unit. I pointed, my friend. The next thing you know, you're patching me up. Far be it for me to refuse help from somebody. I don't give a damn what side you're on. I'm gonna mosey that way if you don't mind.
Yes.
You know where the depot is?
Certainly. Give a map of this place.
Do we?
Where are you from?
Me?
Yeah, you've got pointy teeth like one of the planeswalkers there, but you speak like my people.
Well, I'm your people. Dollars from Dublin.
You still seem like an alright fella.
Fair
And he
enough,
kinda
most days.
stands up. He goes, "The depot. You're gonna be looking for it," and he kind of gives you directions, like where to go. He says, "If I were you, and this is just me, I believe you were the ones that let off the big bomb there.
Both of them.
Then I would be suggestion that you do that again for a third time. Blow that thing to kingdom come."
Thornton.
Do you know anything of the big guy?
Oh, I stay as far fucking away from that thing as I can. Every time I turn my eyes upon it, I get terrified. I've had to change my pants 3 times today. Shat myself once. Pissed myself twice. Terrifying.
Brown pants.
Smart choice. Unfortunately, the uniforms are dark blue.
Still kind of helps in a way.
Certainly. Until you realize you've wet your pants. And honestly, who wants to walk around with wet pants all day? Anyways. Blow it to hell and back.
Will do.
I've no taste for this fight anymore. It seems all pointless anyways. Feels like a big dick waving contest to me.
Well, that answers that question. So,
Whether or not I'll fight again, fuck that. There's not enough hazard pay in the world for this.
good. So start following your friend, and like I told him, if I see your face again, especially around here, I'll rip it off.
Yeah, peeled my face off. Sure. Okay.
Mm.
he seems unfazed by the comment. I'm
Okay.
tired, anyways. Doesn't help if you drink a pint and you link like a sieve, anyway. So, good luck with you.
Take care.
Or don't.
Oh, and if you're ever in Dublin, don't try to find me. And he starts walking away, like limping. He reaches down and grabs like the rifle, but you see him take the barrel and put it in the ground, and he slides the rounds out of it, and he stucks it under his arm as he's kind of limping away. He's using it as a crutch. You hear him mutter off in the distance, "Wait up, you French bastard!" as he keeps walking that way.
Sorry about your face thing.
He's just gone.
No,
He
that's
doesn't
to
care.
Emrys.
Oh, to
That's to
Emrys.
Because I'm pretty sure I saw from the corner of my face just. So yeah, just sorry about the face thing.
No, a little surprise, but
It's
All
it's
right.
like the one guy with the toes. It's just to solidify, you know.
I
Don't
forgot
actually eat
about the
toadstool.
toes.
Flips them off, fries them up in a pan. Nom, nom, nom.
A little crunchy, leave the bone in.
All
Anyway,
orcs do it like sardines.
It's a meal I'll pass on, thanks.
All right. So, following his directions, I need more stealth checks from people.
I need more healing.
How much more healings?
Lots more healings.
Guys ate the brunt of that.
69 of it. Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Gej did eat a lot of that.
Okay. It's fine.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Mars won't let me die. You just don't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know that.
No.
Well, I mean, you do. They don't.
Most messed up grieve ever. Just gets back up after like a day. What the fuck?
Yeah, you're all watching, and all of a sudden, he walks back in, dusting himself off, like spitting dirt out still. Like, you could have asked somebody before you buried him.
This just comes over and just like pats your hand just gently, and you get 6 points of healing. And her stealth check is 21.
One there.
Hmm?
Said 21. All right, everybody else, stealth checks.
16.
Okay.
Okay, I also did hit myself with a healing spell, and that's 20 with the 6 that Liz gave me.
Okay, cool.
And for my stealth, which you like to guess,
4.
it's sub 10. It's 8.
Okay.
I'm a winner. 30.
Pretty close to 10.
30.
18 plus
So-
12.
So a 30, a 16. Is that what you had, Liz?
Mm-hmm.
No, I had
And
a 21.
21, and you had a 16, Moonin.
Yep.
Okay. Once again, you guys sneak through the area using your friends' information. You're able to sneak through Gej, but luckily, your friends are able to help, like, get you behind cover before you guys are spotted or seen. It's one of those things where, like, the eye got larger for a second and then went back to, or if you've played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the white line started to get larger and then it disappeared again. You're able to guide.
Just gonna blame it on the dust and the blood, like he's sweating and it's dripping down. It's fine.
It's all in his face.
Yeah.
You guys are able to make your way over to where you can see the depot. The depot is heavily guarded. You can see 2 more mechanized units. One of them has the mortar, and the other one has the 2 tri-barrel guns on its arms. as you're looking through, you can see their pilots are tucked inside, just like you could see them before. You also see this one has like a hastily thrown to metal rampart, and you can see that there are some soldiers that are kind of like hunkered down. You see 6 of them in all, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. The natural station that this is based in has like walled in areas. It looks like the courtyard of a larger like building that they've made a metal half circle around. You can see that there are 4 mechanized units. Those stations that are there, there's 4 of those. You can see 4 ammo dumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 mechs are about 50 yards from those ammo dumps, and then you can see the mechs are lined up. They're about I would say about 10 yards between each one of them. So it's a big area. But what are you guys going to do?
We still have that like one fireball that can be like detonated, right? Like a
We have the delayed
yes.
fireball.
I'll
Yeah.
have the delayed fireball.
Yes, you do.
I'm pretty sure I have that.
Like the old rotisseries, set it and forget it.
Explode.
God, I'm too old. All right, anyway. So old. So, looking around, give me perception checks, everyone.
What's your elven eyes see? Not
They're
shit.
taking the hobbits to Isengard.
apparently not much. I got 14.
Okay.
22.
8 on the die for a total of 20.
Okay.
Also 22.
So 22 and a 22. You see some buildings that you could probably get up high enough to shoot down into. However, they are very exposed. So if you climbed up onto them, they're going to be able to see you. And evacuating, there's not much protection. So once they spot you, you're pretty sure those mortars are going to be launched over in your direction with a quickness. So
I can summon another celestial to drop them from the air like before. We can hit all 4
mortar in each
corners.
hand.
We can hit all 4 corners and then clean up what's left.
So
Worked well enough the last time.
Might not
Alright.
be a bad idea, seeing as our vantages are pretty in the open.
And then we can take advantage of the chaos and clean and sweep.
If we have, what, six mortars?
8. You have all 8 of them.
8?
And the celestial is much stronger than we are.
Well, sure,
Yeah, you
carry
fly
just
over
a bunch of more.
Stop, 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 stop. Carpet bomb a
tucked
bit.
in his belt. He just dives in and sweeps out, blowing things up as he goes.
I love it. I love
You
the
know,
aesthetic.
what an interesting use of a celestial being. Twice.
Hey, can you carpet bomb an
Carpet
area
bomb.
for me?
Please carpet bomb this.
I just
You
need
got it.
you to do that.
All right. As you guys are gathering up, do you have what you need to cast that spell?
Shit, I don't know.
Well, summon celestial, correct?
Yeah, probably not, because I don't have anything worth 500 gold pieces. Not to enable. I've got my plucky attitude. That's
So that would be a good idea, but you don't have a reliquary worth at least 500 gold pieces.
How much are the wands worth?
They're not a reliquary.
they're not gold.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
They work good as focuses or foci. Foci. But yes, as you guys are plotting out, though, what are you going to do? How do you want to go about this?
Liz is going to suggest possibly Emrys going in with the bomb that sets off to put it amongst one of the containers of literally all of the mortars and then getting the fuck out of there with their stealthy self.
But that's inside the depot, yeah?
She nods and she just goes, "Yeah, but I just have like a lot of confidence in Emrys' ability to get in and get out."
Meet your maker again, my friend.
We
Well-
we do also have 8 explosives and a way to set them off at a distance.
Lob them in the air and shoot them with your gun.
No, if we can get close enough to one of the walls, we could just pile them outside a corner on the other side of the wall from the ammo deposit and just breach into the ammo deposit and let that have its own fun.
Breach and clear has a whole new meaning now.
You betcha.
All right, as you guys are culminating with a plan, you hear a familiar, at least a familiar sound to you, Moonin. It's the sound of a slide bolt being worked on a gun. You hear the chick as it's let go.
I
turn to
wheel
look.
in the direction of it.
You look to see he is
Where if it's that Irish bastard?
no, he's stripped down to an undershirt. It's just an like an A shirt or like a tank top. His suspenders are down off of his shoulders. You can see he has a rifle in his hands. One eye, he's got a bandage around his head, and one eye is like covered partially by it. He's breathing heavy, his lithe form, normally hidden under the nice jackets and shirts that he wears. Most importantly, though, is the missing accordion briefcase that he normally carries with him. He has a rifle in his hand. You can see the blood that's like on his face is like tacky, so it's starting to dry, but it's still a little fresh. As he looks at you, he's still holding the rifle in his hand. He's staring at you with like this intensity.
Is the rifle pointed at us?
No, he's just holding it. He like did it to get your attention. And he goes, "They've killed Philip and Annie and Bruno. Peter thought he could take me. I had a few tricks up my sleeve, though. Unfortunately, it'll take me a while to get my bag back. Oh well, putting an interdimensional space inside of an interdimensional space has certain effects."
You should know better than to mess with a man who defended a hill with only a flagpole.
Well, the bastards learned today, didn't they?
No, clap him on the shoulder and give him some heals, because he's my boy and I'm not just gonna leave him like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that one was real nice. Math is hard. 15. 16. That's the number. Thank you. 16.
Okay. So you pump 16 points of healing into him?
Uh-huh.
He nods his head and like puts his hand on yours and like pats it. Well, we've still got a job to do, don't we?
You do.
Liz comes over and hugs him and gives him another 11 points of healing.
Oh, that's unexpected. Hello. It's like Pat, 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 pat. Awkward hug. Right. We still have a job to do. There's a depot. And a big damn demon behind us. And as he looks at all of you and says, do you have a plan yet?
Well, we
Blow it up.
found these, and I'll hold up a mortar.
Well, that's lovely.
8 of them.
8 of them. They seem to have fortified this last depot pretty heavily. Trying to figure out the best way to begin to breach. There was talk of stealthing in. We have something that would explode after a little bit of time. There was talk of breaching through one of the walls where they have an ammo deposit, because why not have a party? But they have four mechs, you said, Cap?
4 inside that are on the charging stations.
Yeah.
And 2 outside that are holding guard. So 6 altogether.
There's 6 mechs in the grounds that we have to figure out how to deal with, along with however many soldiers are hiding.
Well, and he looks at your belt and sees the wands. Well, and we have those.
Liz just like hands them over. She's like, I don't know what to do with them, but I didn't want anybody else to have them.
Perfect. And he tucks one behind him in his belt and he holds the other one. He goes, do we have some time?
We can make some.
Of course we can. We're troubleshooters after all, aren't we? We're going to need a tube and a primer. Moonin, do you still have some ammunition? Real world ammunition, not magical fire ammunition.
Yes, I have some.
Then perhaps we can make a mortar, a launcher of some sort. We're going to need some tubing. Big enough around. He takes the mortar from you and he says, so it launches down, and you see this here, it's a plunger. It strikes it, and that causes it to propel it the other direction. It's a short flight, so you can't have it go very far. We'll have to be close in. It'll be very simplistic, but it'll still do the job as it needs to be.
I can point out that a little ways up the road that way is a very decommissioned mech with a perfectly functional mortar tube on it. The arm is useless, but the tube is good along with the mechanical parts.
Oh, the arm is only useless for now, my friend. Come show me the way. We're going to end this shenanigans with my grandfather once and for all. And he turns and starts heading towards the direction you were going. And as we call it tonight, as you head towards the mech, that's what we're going to call it for the evening.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah!
So, on that note...
What?
I have...
Well, technically, great-grandfather, but at this point in time, who's counting? And now, Moonin, you see it. I said you saw some familiarity with him, and now you see it. And it rings like a crystal bell in your head. And you see just the faint similarities in their features that lets you know that there was something with them.
Peter got all the tall genes.
And as you have that revelation, that's what we're going to call it for the evening. So I want to thank all of my players. We had everybody here in the house tonight. We will be back next Monday. Unfortunately, Gej will be out helping make sure that lives are saved and safe.
Unless I can finagle it.
If you can, you can.
I
We'll
hope
be
I
here
can,
for you.
because this is criminal. This hurts me to
There's
miss.
2 episodes left. Unless things go completely off the rails next week, we have 2 episodes left of the Troubleshooters. Thanks to Q, who is playing Emrys, Otter, who is playing Moonin, Voodoo, who is playing Gej, and Vixen, who is playing Liss. We hope your headache gets better. We know that you weren't on cameras with us tonight, but we're happy to have you here anyways, playing along with us. Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow we are back with Remnant Shadows. We're going to get that right eventually one day. Remnant Shadow, they're playing Star Wars. There's a lot going on as they are heading back to Nar Shaddaa, which if you ever played any of the earlier games from the Force games, that name will be familiar. Come watch Jason and the rest of the crew as they play some Star Wars. And then we'll be back Wednesday and hopefully Thursday and Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
Wednesday resumes on the 11th.
May the 11th. Okay, sorry. Yep. Not tomorrow, not Wednesday, this Wednesday. May the 11th. Sorry about that. But we'll be back with more Troubleshooters next week, so don't miss it. Until then, take care of yourselves. Don't forget, we're going to go raiding somebody, and I think we should raid... I don't know.
We'll figure
Pick
it out in a
somebody,
second.
and that's who we'll raid. In the meantime, thank you all. Have a great night, everyone. Take care.
Bye.